Hello and welcome to the final lesson in section 2 of our AS level psychology course. Today we'll be finishing off memory by looking at mnemonics. So what are mnemonics? Mnemonics are techniques and methods that we use to improve memory recall. We're going to be looking at 4 main types that people use, however there can be many more. Some people even make up their own mnemonics to help them in everyday life. The first type is the method of LOCI. And what this does, it works by us attaching a piece of information to a certain location. Then when we mentally go through that area in our visuospatial sketchpad, that piece of information has been attached to something we're imagining. Then as a result, we're going to be recalling that information by thinking about that piece of information we've attached to a certain location. So research shows that using the method of LOCI gets you higher scores on a test. Here we have a map of the United States of America. If we go with this map and attach one piece of information to each state, then when we look at the map and analyse each individual state, we may remember that piece of information. Next up is narrative chaining, and this works by inputting information into a story. All the information is now put into meaningful context and we've elaborated upon it, so this way we're going to remember it even more. So here I've organised a few nouns that I have to remember into a story. The ball bounced over the elephant into the river and was washed away to the ocean. Now that they're in meaningful context and we remember that the ball bounced over the elephant, the river washed it away and it went into the ocean, we can now remember those words because they are more meaningful to us. Next up is acronyms, and an acronym is a word where each letter stands for another word. So these are associated when we spell out the actual acronym. And as always, research will show that you get higher scores in a test using this method. So here I have a little acronym. We have an S, E, E, and P spelling out SEEP, which stands for Social, Economic, Environmental, and Political. This is the pointer that we use to analyse things in a lot of our A-level subjects. But as we can see, the word SEEP is an acronym for these points, and as a result, you remember these points. Finally, we have the keyword technique. And this links the information that has to be remembered into known information. So here we're going to have 3 steps. The first step is called the acoustic stage, and this is where we take a foreign sound and recognise it as an everyday equivalent. Next up, an image is formed combining the foreign sound and our everyday equivalent. And finally, we then, the image of this English word or everyday equivalent then links with the foreign sound, and as a result we remember it. So here's an example. I'm trying to remember the name Michael, and now Michael sounds like the word my plus the word cool. So my, cool. When I try to do this, then in step 2, I then get the image of my, cool, so myself calling someone, and link them together. So then I repeat this in the rehearsal stage, my cool, my cool, my cool, and then I remember that your name is my cool, or myself calling. Here are some questions. I would like you to attempt these just by pausing the video, getting another sheet of paper and having a go. Try and hide your notes and not to cheat, because then that way you really know if you have learnt it. Hit play whenever you're ready to continue. Okay, so here are the answers. If you did get all 3 of them right, congratulations. I would advise you to move on to the next subject, actually, the new section in AS Level Psychology, which is all about attachments. And the first lesson we're going to be looking at is developmental psychology. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I will see you in the next section.